Welcome. Um, this it's Friday when I'm making this recording, and it's all about our bodies and love and coming home to our bodies. What's going on right now in our inner world? I kind of smile whenever I say that, like there's a difference between our inner world and outer world. They're so deeply interconnected. But let's talk about the world within the skin of on your head. So that's how to sort of get connected with this area that we're talking about that we call our bodies. Feel the skin, feel the air on your face, your head, the tingling of your scalp, shoulders, and the sort of the skin of where your clothes meet your skin. This division, this original division. The body's original, the skin is the original division between what we call outside, air quotes, and inside. This illusion that gives us the perception that we're separate from everyone else and everything else. It's an illusion and it's real. We have sovereignty over our body, what happens inside this skin. We have control over what happens. A lot of people say, but I have a need for control. Their need is control. It's like, yeah, the only control we have is inside this body, right? And even then, what is here inside our skin? The original division between us and them is an illusion as well. And it's here. And let's check in with it right now, that sensation on the inside of our skin. But not only the sensation, the experience of the sensations, the pain or no pain. I'm like, and how joyful it is to be, I'm relatively pain-free. And you may not feel that, and give yourself compassion if that's not the case. The expression that may be overused at this point to dismiss people's feelings is pain is inevitable and suffering is optional. Yes, it's optional and it's very real sometimes. So notice that we do have sovereignty over this inside area. And that there is some wisdom that points us to, yes, suffering is optional. And if you are suffering, acknowledge it. This is what's happening on your inside world. That place that's inside your skin. And I know your mind projects out. Do you have any idea what's happening with these complicated people that are outside of our skin? We make up all kinds of stories, don't we? It's kind of wild. And if you find yourself doing that, come home to what's going on inside. Yes, there may be pain. And check inside if there's stories about the pain, like it shouldn't be there, it's a problem, I need to go to the doctor. All those are, just thoughts, and just let them come and go. And after the meditation, you may want to do something. But right now, just notice if there's pain there, notice if there's suffering there. And give yourself love, experiences for any sensations we might be having inside our skin, all the way from our toes to our head. Give yourself some love. That's what a conditioned body does. Well, that's the condition of a human body, is we have sometimes sensations inside our skin. And then notice that there's all these complicated physical processes all happening at the same time. That's kind of the subject of awe and wonder. We can just let all that wildness happen inside our skin. So wild, the amazing systems that we have keeping us balanced, keeping us functioning. And then there's other systems of emotions that are often regulated by hormones. You all know this, but this is part of coming home to ourselves, noticing all the emotions there. Come and go like the weather, that are there. One theory that has been researched quite a bit lately is there to balance our body budget. That means, if you're not an English speaker, just to keep us in harmony inside. Where are we going to use our internal resources for running around like our heads are chopped off, if that's how we want to use our, our internal resources? Or coming home to ourselves, what's happening in our emotions, our thoughts, all of this so complicated, this intricate workings of thoughts, emotions, body. And again, the division between all these processes is so random, and that's what's happening when in our home. What's happening in our home, in our inside world, the only world that we have a tiny bit of control over. The food we eat, how much we sleep. God, it's wonderful to get a good night's sleep. That's why I said, we have so I can't even control how much I sleep sometimes, you know. When we lay there for 8 hours and we're yelling at ourselves, sleep. And it wasn't like that last night. But sometimes it is for some people, and for me, and for all of the people that we see in the world. We have no idea. Our loved ones, we might know if they had a good night's sleep or what else is going on in their inside world, if they let us know. Many people don't want us to know what's in their inside world. They just want to blame us for the experiences they're having. And again, this is very difficult to do. But when our loved ones are blaming us for their experiences, and it's good to take responsibility. It's helpful for them and for us to take responsibility of whatever impact what our actions have had on them. And then know that it's really up to them to give themselves love, take care of themselves. I'm talking about our loved ones. Can we wish that they are able to check in with their bodies, come home to themselves, and not make it about me all the time, or other people all the time, or the people in Gaza or Israel? It's to come home to themselves. And what can we do by coming home to ourselves, by not killing each other? How incredibly powerful we are, way more powerful than the power that comes from making bombs and using them. So I'm all ready to people that trigger us, or other, neutral people. They're, somewhat neutral, but in some ways they are just as much me as I am. I just want them to be able to come home to themselves and know there is no us and them ultimately, but wanting people that are neutral to me to take care of themselves, to take responsibility for themselves and the impact they have on each other. Just longing for that. longing to support people that we all know in, what is it they call in English, war-torn countries, like the Middle East, like the original people that were on this earth. Can they come home to themselves, take responsibility for the impact they have on others, and then take care of their bodies? Be aware of their own bodies in their own world. The sovereignty that they have, the only sovereignty they have in the world. So wishing that for others as we keep on coming home to ourselves. So in loving kindness meditation, it may look like we're dividing these worlds. And we don't have to. Giving loving kindness to ourselves impacts the whole world. Our loved ones, wishing loving kindness to them actually makes our inner world happier, in my experience. Wishing that there's all of these people we define as neutral, ones that we just don't know very well. Wishing that they had connection, they could come home to their own bodies, take care of themselves. And then coming back to ourselves, including them, us, and all the neutral people. And then reaching out to people that are harder to love, not asking you to love them, just wish for them that they have sovereignty over their own bodies and not make it about other people, making them happy. I imagine that we would live in a much nicer world if that were the case. And all beings in the world that can benefit from our practice today, experiencing coming home to themselves and realizing we're all in one big family. Thank you.